Well, it is a new year, and that means resolutions. People trying to make some changes to their lifestyles. First, though, it's 8:30, and Blake is here looking like a peppermint because he's excited about Christmas, and I don't know about the forecast. Are you excited about that, too? Okay, so if you like sangria, this is a great option. It's a virgin sangria, and it's really easy. That's the one thing I like about it. So you pick out whatever fruit that you want, and so today we have some apples and some oranges. Yeah, it always makes you feel better. Is this too much? Oh, well. So just because I'm not in the studio does not mean we are slacking on our New Year, New You segments. It's all about making sure we're sticking to our goals, trying to make sure we keep our New Year's resolutions. And this week, it is all about fitness. So how do we know what exercises to do based on the goals that we set?
Okay.
How many?
We're going to 50 with it.
Marcus, that's what you need. You need
like peekaboo?
No, 3 or 4 of them, kids.
Oh, I'm gonna
Kumasi,
stick.
you too.
I'm gonna stick with 0.
What about you, since you're handing out children? You
You
get a child. You get a child.
Yeah.
Show me how to do one. First, the squat. Talk about why that's so important and what it works.
Well, squatting is going to work your entire lower body.
And this is cool to do it together. What difference do you think it makes working out together, you know, at a park? It's part of the job, right? Patty
Sure.
cake.
I bet you both remember patty cake. I don't recall.
Don't try to act like that because you're on TV. You know how to do it.
That's not how I'd want to find out if I was a father.
Why? You want to find out on Maury? No.
You want to know?
On that note.
Yeah, she has some company now. She got here at 2:15 because she says she's so excited about Trader Joe's coming here to Jacksonville Beach. And as we were out here for most of the morning, we saw the line grow and grow and grow. So check out what it looks like now. I'm ready for the sun, and I got some bird poop on me. And if I had this hat on, maybe I wouldn't gotten pooped on. But
there's a story about the bird poop.
When a bird poops on you, that's lucky.
I hope so, because right now it's just kind of gross.
But I gotta know about Kumasi's shirt. Let's get real here.
You should ask about this, yes.
Look, this is my One Spark swag.
So it's very important to get a copy of your credit report to review it at least once a year.
I know some people might get that copy, look at it, and say, oh my gosh, where do I start to try to correct some of these issues? What do you suggest?
First, I would say review your personal information.
So finishing the rest of her sentence, 2 years community control, the judge very specific about the restrictions that she would have to be under during this time.
Right.
She also talked about wanting to continue her education, maybe do paralegal work, maybe go to school. Will that be challenging, thinking about the felony, conviction, because she does have that on her record now, and just the restrictions underneath the house arrest?
Absolutely. She has 3 felony convictions on her record, and persons talked about getting it pardoned, but those are very rare instances.
You mentioned people talking about that pardon. Is that something that's feasible? How often does that happen?
It's extremely rare.
I did, and of course it was very emotional for Mr. Davis, as it has been for so many people that we've seen come out to this memorial today. You have people we've seen crying here, people kneeling, people praying, and then you also have people here with signs and protesting. But for Mr. Davis, he says it brought back memories of his own son's death. So we're almost here. Is this something you've been thinking about, actually being at this spot?
Absolutely.
Why do you think it's so important for you to be here?
For that there's 2 sides to a story, and I hope that people can realize he's not guilty until he's proven guilty.
A lot of people might be intimidated by creating these things themselves, but it's not that hard. You're going to show me how to do this one?
Absolutely. You're going to do it for me.
Okay.
So we've got a cup of Greek yogurt.
Okay.
So that's that right there. Yeah.
And so what is this called exactly? Talk about just how you developed this recipe.
Well, I wanted just a different variety from the traditional 7-layer dip. With
What is your most popular dish around Super Bowl time?
At the restaurant, everybody picks up potato salad.
You can never be too glamorous when it comes to New Year's Eve, you know?
Yeah, I know a lot of people may like that's too much, but it's not. How do you know, as far as accessorizing the jewelry? See, I noticed her dress is, the sequin dress. She has the earrings, but nothing here. How do you know how to balance that?
We've kind of kept it simple.
Really?
We do. We love Dunkin'
Out
Donuts.
of this whole story, you talking about the Dunkin' Donuts box?
Because now I want some donuts.
Forget the fact that she just threw a whole bunch of bacon at the police officers. Well, Rob, today was all about getting this, your bib for the race, and of course your gear, your Gate River Run t-shirt. And there were so many people out here doing just that today. I want to just show you, this is a Runners Expo, and there are plenty of people still headed up here. And not only do they get to pick up their race packets, they get to check out the vendors here. They're from all across the country, all across our area, and there are even some famous faces here. It's not quite the starting line, but for runners getting ready for the Gate River Run, the Runners Expo brought them one step closer. This is where many of the 20,000 runners in this year's race, including myself, picked up their race packets, and where thousands more will pick them up tomorrow. So the first thing you need to find out is what your bib number is. So if you don't know when you get in here, you have to go over here and check. What's your first name? Kumasi. With your number in hand, it's time to get your bib. Here's my number.
Mine is 8876 coming up.
Next, picking up your Gate River Run t-shirt.
What size?
I'm small.
Small.
So we have our t-shirts, we have our bibs, and this is kind of cool. On the back of the bib, there's a timing chip. It basically tracks how long it takes you to run the race. And you walk through here, and your name pops up on the screen to make sure that everything's working and you're officially registered.
It's very exciting to come and get your race shirt and your mug, and it's just a lot of fun. It's a great race.
Brianne Toole is just one of the thousands of runners who then headed to the Runners Expo. The three-day event brings dozens of national and local vendors all in one place with the latest in running, health, and fitness. In addition to the vendors, runners also got a chance to meet running coach and best-selling author Hal Higdon. His latest book, 40943, tells the story of 75 people running in the Boston Marathon during the bombings last year in a single narrative.
I think I want them to meet Boston because in some respects the book is less about the terrorists and the victims and it's more about the runners in the race, how they experienced that day.
Of course, Higdon is always asked how to best prepare for the Gate River Run. He has two words: start slow.
The bands are going, the people are there, everybody's cheering, high-fiving, and there's that tendency to get out too fast, particularly if you seated yourself too far in the field. So you really have to relax until you get over the Main Street Bridge.
If you want to come out and pick up your packet tonight, you have about 20 more minutes. It closes at 6. Tomorrow, the hours are from 11 in the morning to 8. The expo is actually open on Saturday as well. It's just if you want to check out the vendors, though. If you want to pick up your race packet before the race on Saturday, that's something you'd have to elect to do when you registered online. Reporting live, Kumasi Aaron, Channel 4, the local station. Yes, I did. They are here at the meeting tonight along with a lot of people from the community. We've seen a few dozen people already inside the church. Our cameras are not allowed inside because they really want to make sure that everyone here at the meeting speaking out feels comfortable to share whatever concerns they might have. But so far, we've seen Mayor Alvin Brown go inside this meeting here. We've seen JSO represented here, as well as just people from the community. They really wanted to come together after Crowden's death, and those who coached him in football say his death is just senseless.
It's hard to imagine, you know, coming out here and him not going to be around.
Coming to Grand Park is different now for Coach Will and Coach Bird. They coached 16-year-old Devron Crowden here and spent time with him in the years after he stopped playing football. What was he like when he was out here on the field with you guys?
Funny, I told you, he's funny. We might play normally. He gonna block us, so he gonna block the skin off somebody. We go play Forest View, he might want to take the day off, you feel me? But at the same time, through it all, it was never disrespectful.
Wednesday, someone shot and killed the teen about a half a mile away as he waited to catch the bus to Rains High School. His death made him the 5th person under the age of 18 shot and killed in northwest Jacksonville this year.
It's really sad to see, you know, 16, 17, 15, 14-year-olds getting shot.
Anthony Stinson is the president of the Grand Park Athletic Association and father of a son killed in a drive-by shooting. He knew Crowden and countless other victims of violence in Grand Park. Are these, you know, gang related? Do you know? What is your sense on that?
I honestly don't know if it's gang related, but I know a lot of these kids hang together.
Hanging together and making videos like this. One which Stinson says is part of the problem because teens don't take the images and possible consequences seriously.
And a lot of them say, oh, it's just rap music. But, I mean, when you start waving guns and, you know, saying I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, then that's when it ceased to be fun. It's not fun.
And while he, Coach Will, and Coach Bird do their best to support and mentor the young people they work with at Grand Park, they say the real change is a community effort.
It starts at home, but it's also got to start with the kids. They got to have it in their heart to stop wanting to do that. You know what I'm saying? Until they stop doing that, then we're going to keep going through this same thing, man.
And here's just a little glimpse inside the meeting going on right now. People I spoke with say one thing they hope will come from this meeting is some kind of program that can help kids who may be at risk of committing crimes before those crimes actually take place. Some kind of program like that, and maybe more commitment from the community to speak out and talk about the things that they know, the things that are going on in their community. And of course, they want just people to think twice, possibly, if that does happen, about committing crimes here in Grand Park. Reporting live, Kumasi, Aaron, Channel 4, the local station.
Kumasi, getting back to Deborah and Crowton's death, did police say whether they have any suspects?
No, they said they didn't have any witnesses and suspects on Wednesday when it happened, and we've gotten no update from police on that. The thing they are asking for is anyone with information to just come forward and share it with them. And they're asking to call Crime Stoppers. You could be eligible for an award. You can remain anonymous. The number is 1-866-845-TIPS. Rob?
Kumasi.